Take us with you wherever you may roam with the free andrewhogue.com iPhone and Android app. So download today. This is andrewhogue.com, of course, still Australia's first and only 24/7 metal radio station, established 2012. And it is great to be reacquainted with a good person I've been following for decades and supporting and loving the output of not just, of course, the main band we're about to talk about, but all his other efforts as well. Welcome to KNOTFEST 2024, Melbourne, Australia, Rex Brown.
Thanks for having us, man.
It's my pleasure.
This is an honor and a privilege, and you know, we're just enjoying every minute that this is going on. It's just been, it's out of this world, man.
I mean,
Me and Phil are like pinching each other going, is this really happening? You know, I told him today, I said, man, when this dream's over, pinch me.
Even now to say that I'm actually sitting here in 2024, soon to be watching Pantera live, I'd be saying the same thing, pinch me. I mean, every Australian tour Pantera came through Australia, I was there. And I can't...
So how long has it been since we've been here?
2001?
2001, all right,
yeah.
Great. I think, yeah. I was trying to think, that's 23 years,
Yep.
bro. God almighty.
I know, it's crazy. And
Nuts.
like I said, there's bands and there's bands, and this ain't to blow smoke because you would have heard it all before, but I've seen a few bands in my time too, and to me, seeing Pantera live was like magic in a bottle. It was the same when I saw the Sepultura Rise tour, Metallica Justice era. I mean, just potent. Now, like I said, I'm still struggling to try and put this interview together of what I want to talk about, because
you can't see it on the YouTube. You
can't feel it.
You can't feel that vibe until you actually come to the show. And we haven't been doing interviews just for the fact we want people just to come to the shows.
Yep.
It's not about anything prior, past, or present that I want to talk about today. It's just a show tonight.
Yeah.
You know, we're like I said, pinching ourselves up with these new fans that have never seen this before. And it's a whole nother generation that we either didn't know, A, that were out there,
Yeah.
B, that were still listening to us, and the turnout has just been unbelievable. You know, of course, at first you had the naysayers and all that stuff, and as we play gig by gig, it's made us tighter. You know, and I've been trying to rehearse this band as much as I can within schedules.
Yeah.
You know, and we'll just go down for no fucking reason and just jam. You know, that's what makes a band tight.
How does it feel playing these songs again? I mean, they're timeless in so many ways.
You just said it, they're timeless. So getting to play them again is a...
I mean, does that take...
These were a big part of Philip and I's songs too.
100%, of course.
Of course, respect to the brothers. I think they're looking down on us and giving us a big... And they're with us, you know.
Yeah.
It's just uncanny.
Well, that's what I mentioned about the whole sort of...
That's the glue. Those
magic in a bottle.
Are hanging around with
big
us.
time. I mean, do you feel that? Because,
yeah, I do.
I mean, I knew when this was coming up, was like, man, it is going to be different because...
Look,
yeah,
I'm not
I miss
some
those guys.
Crazy old man.
Yeah.
I know that we're here for reasons.
Yep.
And this time he gave us a heavy load.
Yeah.
And we have come through in spades, and I'm very proud of Charlie and Zach and Philip for stepping up. And
yeah, 100%. And I think the fact that they also had long, great relationships with Diamond Vinny as well. It wasn't just
all of us. We were intertwined, like
big time.
There was a close knit family of friends. Jerry Cantrell and all those guys out
Yeah.
the chains. You know, we were all brothers, and we all had each other's back, even as fucked up as we got.
Yeah, of course.
You know, we did that. We're fine now. I'll put it that way. But you know, it's just such a different time, and we're older men and can appreciate this more. You know, and I feel 25 years younger, man. It's just insane.
Well, that's the hardest thing when so much of what you've done is purely rooted in the past, of course, because that's the history. And like I said, you feel like there's kind of a rebirth being back out there playing, and again seeing a whole new generation of fans that weren't around when you guys were as that unit as well.
I don't look at how big the crowd is anymore. I just look for those individual pockets of fans and the reactions to seeing something they've only maybe seen on YouTube before, or maybe only seen through a video, someone had back in the day. But the word of mouth is a mighty, mighty word in this little community of metal heads that we have. And I think that's something that needs to be addressed here also. Without those people, the word has gotten around, that this is a great show.
Other words out there as well.
Be out here.
Yeah, exactly. And again, I've obviously been seeing some of the footage over the last year and a bit and just thinking, well, when this was eventually, we didn't know it was going to come here.
We're going to hit every place that we possibly can, and then twice sometimes.
I'm hearing word of a potential live record. Is that something that's going to be...
That's just word.
Just word.
Right now.
Yeah.
We're too busy enjoying these gigs to, you catch me in May and ask me the same question. I might have something for you, but I don't today.
How do you view the band? Like, some people say it's a tribute, some say it's in the legacy of, some say it's Pantera the Return, because there are bands out there playing without even full original members anymore.
I don't call it anything. I call it Pantera.
It's called Pantera.
This is a celebration of the show itself. It's a celebration of the lives of all four of us.
Yep.
Two are sadly not with us, and we cannot bring them back.
100%.
God, do I want them back? But that's just not possible. So we're doing the best thing that we can to keep our music alive. And I think they're smiling down and saying, you guys are doing all right, man.
Damn
and
right.
they're with us, and I'm not shitting you.
When the idea was sort of, posed to you for this, what was your initial thought? Like, man, how did you feel when someone just gave that call and just said, hey, dude?
Philip and I talked for, several months before he got on the phone and said, hey, man, you want to do it? I didn't have maybe a 6-second
hesitation.
Not a hesitation, but just to wrap my head around the full gravity of the enormity of it.
I know it's a big question.
Okay, I got a couple of questions.
Of course.
And it was, man, ever since that call, we've worked really, really hard to get this thing going, and we've jumped over a lot of mountains.
Take us through some of those rehearsals, because obviously Charlie's esteemed in his craft, so is Zach. I mean, and then just to hear those songs
again.
Real
simple.
Yeah.
Philip, I probably haven't been to his place in 5 or 6 years, and he had built the studio that used to be the jam room for Down, in fact, where we recorded. And so he had this studio down there, and Charlie came down in September. We couldn't get Zach because he was out on the road.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, as long as we get me and Charlie, we must have 100 hours of tape of about a 6-day long adventure into just about every Pantera song you want to get into.
Wow. So he went away and was learning it all beforehand?
So he learned it before he got there.
Yeah.
And I would be sitting there playing with him, and it was so uncannily Vinny that I would just have tears of joy, not even noticing they were rolling down my face. I'd shit you not, man. That's as real as it gets for me.
Okay, and then when Zach came along,
Zach came along, we were
Waterworks.
We had everything just started coming around. When we worked, we were 11 hours in a concrete hangar.
Wow.
Fucking putting a show
noisy
together.
As hell, yeah.
Putting a show together. We have, in November the 11th, we started rehearsals, and our first show was the 2nd of December in Mexico City.
Wow.
But that shows you how quick. We had about 13 days to get Zach completely locked down.
That came fast.
He's done an amazing job, dude.
I've been watching.
The big shoes, bro.
When it came to the set list, don't give any spoilers, but just the songs, I mean, again, the catalogue speaks for itself, but just to go through and just, that must have taken you through so many waves of time.
Oh, man, the emotions.
Just to go... Had you listened to any Pantera prior to
No,
this?
I never listened to
You just
anything
didn't gone back to it at all. You just was like, that's what I did.
You know, as an artist, you wouldn't go back and put another stroke on a painting, would you?
Yeah, get
You know what I'm saying? So,
but if you heard it, were you just like, fuck, that's a pretty good song?
I mean, you know, yeah, I'd gone back and, you know, every once in a while I go down Pantera memory lane. And, and those records still
stand up,
blow me away, and they still stand up. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, 100%. Now let's talk a bit about some of your solo works. I know Kill Devil Hill you're not doing much for anymore, right? You're not in...
No, I quit that band in 2013.
And the solo stuff, is that something we're going to see, another solo record for Rex Brown?
I've got about 30 songs demo.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start working probably this year and next. I doubt I'll be able to next year, but while I have a little bit of time, I've got some studio time at the end of the year. So
the Pantera freight train ain't slowing down anytime soon?
No, and you know, for me, it's just, you know, solo work is solo work. You know, it has nothing to do one with the other. You know, but I don't plan on putting this out anytime in direct next 2 years. I just foresee keep making these songs better. And then we have another thing, you know, that we can do.
Yeah.
And be creative with.
Of course. Now, I know we see bands that are retiring and then, example, Slayer, 5 years ago, it's done. And then now they're coming back again.
I wonder why.
I don't know. Apparently, Tom's wife was saying, just get back out there again. I think he missed it. I think he probably needed a break. I don't know.
You won't hear final from us.
Yeah, that's a big question. So, like I said about this steamroll or this freight train.
Nothing is ever final.
Yeah, exactly. Until you're in the ground. Are you ever open to actually writing new Pantera music? Just under this moniker?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, I could tell you more, but I'm not going to.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Because I know, like I said, Kerry King went off and he's got his own new
I thought
record.
he was putting a solo record out.
Yeah, he is.
And then they got back together, and I was like, which one are you doing?
Well, the way it's working, from my perspective,
hey man, look, it's Slayer,
it seems just shows.
I'm sure that we'll be on a couple of shows together. In fact, I know that we are. You know, and it's going to be great to see them boys.
I mean, Sabbath did the same, never say never.
I haven't seen Tom in forever, man.
Yeah.
You know, depending on who they have playing drums, I don't even love the lineup. That's how we've been crisscrossing the world back and forth, you know.
Do you find over time, because you've done it for so long, you know, I've noticed a lot more bands I've spoken to that are seasoned veterans in this industry. It's just, there's such more gratitude now for doing this, even though they're still at that level. I guess back in those times when, you know, it can be a party endless, you can kind of be fogged by gratitude.
That's so boring, you know. It's for amateurs. I think something that's really important is that these songs that still stand up, we need to get them to every city and every place that we possibly can once or twice.
Yeah.
And as long as we can possibly do it within health realms.
Of course.
You know, and just the way I look at it is simply, I wake up in gratitude in the morning, I go to gratitude at night.
Yeah.
It's in me. And that's just, that doesn't sound very rock and roll, man, but it helped. That's the way I live my life.
Yeah. Do you look back on those years of just, man, if I had been more aware of that back then, it's the way it was then?
It's just the way.
Yeah.
You know, and never pissed. I'm not going to say this.
You can say whatever you want.
I don't want to say shit. I just want to say, Andrew.
Yes, Rex.
Just go see the fucking show tonight, buddy.
I can't
wait.
You
can stand on my side of the stage.
Yeah, I can't wait. Let's hook it up, brother. We're getting the wind up. All right, cool. We can get you to just quickly share one memory from Diamond Vinny that you have. A brief time, really quickly.
Oh, God. Something that just spot.
Yeah. Where you just think and go, yeah, I miss those guys.
You know what I miss the most about those guys is that we grew up playing together. Yeah. Literally taught each other how to play within the confines of a band. And at first it was very strict. We were young, you know, but we have those 3 records that we put out at ages 17, 18, and 19 for me and Benny.
Yep.
And then Daryl was two years behind us. You know, it's fun to go back and listen to those. You can listen to a young Rex at 17 or 18.
Proud to be loud.
You know, and all that crazy stuff. And that was the early 80s.
Of course.
Know? And then we found the mighty Metallica, you know, and they came to our hometown.
I've seen it, yeah.
How strange is that?
Yep.
You know?
And how
does that work, dude?
Exactly. And just your favorite Pantera song that you'll just never ever get sick of. You'll take that one to the grave.
One that I want to put in the set.
Yep.
Live in a Hole.
Which one?
Live in a Hole.
Live in a Hole.
I just gave it away, goddamn.
Just gave it away.
I gotta go.
Rex, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you,
All
Andrew.
the best. Let's hear some Pantera here on AndrewHug.com.
Right on.